In the yesterday's session, we saw about the installation of MySQL. Okay, and as I said, it's always best to have the desktop version for working purpose. And I've got few requests as well. They are not able to install. Maybe they are facing some system configuration issues. If you're facing some system configuration issues like yours is a 4 GB or it's some old OS, or I would say it is the motherboard is not supporting, what you can do is you can just go and click this web version. It is like you can click this web version and you can follow the same process. Okay, it's very easy. So those who are not able to install the application, please go and use a web version. Right now, once you install, once you install, you will be having something called MySQL Workbench. This is a tool that comes with a database. We have installed MySQL database. Along with the database, they have given you one editor. That editor which they have given you for the working purpose is this one, MySQL Workbench. In this workbench, you can go and write code and you can interact with the database. Again, I repeat, MySQL is a database, and in Workbench, you can write the code, and you can communicate to the database. Okay. Now, what is this MySQL Workbench? It is a visual tool for the database developers. We are all developers now. We are all developers. Who are we going to communicate with? Database. Okay. It provides complete system configuration, mapping, and it also provides development purpose, administrative level, backup level, everything you can do in this database. Okay, in the real time also, many people are using, in a many organization they are using this because it supports almost all functionality that is required for the real time, right? As I said, MySQL feature is it is a cross platform. When I say it is a cross platform, the cross platform says it can be installed on Windows, Linux, Mac OS, etc. Right? So this is how the MySQL Workbench has been designed in the real time applications. Okay. So once you open this MySQL Workbench, this is the first thing which you will see. This is the first thing you will see. Okay. Now, where you will be writing the code is you will be writing the code here. This is called SQL.
Here,
This SQL Visual Editor is there, right? This is where you write the code. This is where you write the code. Okay. If you're writing the code here, this is where you can communicate to a database. Okay. This SQL Visual Editor is a space given for you to write the code so that you can communicate to the database. This SQL Visual Editor is like asking questions to a database. Hey, what happened last year? What happened this year? How much sales has happened? You are asking the database with respect to the code, and the language which you are using will be SQL. The database is MySQL, and if you write the code here, you are going to get the results here. You're going to get the results here, and that part where you get the result will be query result. Okay, it's called query result or a result tab. This is where you see the results. Okay, now since everyone are new, right? Everyone are new to SQL or MySQL. What they give is they have some help panel. They have this some help panel. Okay, What this help panel will be useful is, in case you don't know any syntax, this will be very useful in order to know what is a syntax that is required for writing the code, right? So help command will be useful for all the newcomers, those who have joined newly, those who have like learning for the first time, those who are seeing for the first time. This help command will be very useful because it will tell us the complete syntax. Okay, but I will not use this because any syntax directly I can get it from Google. If I don't know any syntax, I can directly get it from Google. Okay, so this help command space maybe I will utilize for code editor. I can close this. If I close this, I will get more space for this editor. Maybe for results also I'll get more space. It will extend because the help command is something which is not useful in the real time, because everything I will get it from Google only. Why I have to search here? Maybe Google will give better research syntax. Okay, here maybe I can avoid this, right? But this is very useful for me, because if I don't know any syntax, I can just go and see here, right? And finally, you keep on writing code. Okay, you keep on writing code. You are maybe at the 15th line. Okay, maybe at the 10th line or 5th line, you have run some line of code. That could be something like you want to see what you had written, whatever you write within the session, it's going to record it in this history. Whatever you run, whatever you execute on the same session, it is going to be recorded in history. Okay, I repeat, SQL Visual Editor is to write the code. Once you write the code, once you execute it, you will see the results in the query results tab. After that, maybe whatever code you have run, you can go and see in the history tab. Okay, history will actually tell us what are the queries you have run. And coming to the help command is very useful for a beginners if they want to know what is the syntax for this. You don't worry about this because every single syntax I am going to teach you. Okay, in the real time, if you don't know, maybe they have given this help command, help panel, where you can go and get the syntax. But I would say Google is always the best. So you can go and search from the Google also syntax. You can close this help panel. Okay, maybe it is like it will save some space for you. And finally, this is a tab we need to see. This is called object browser. This is called object browser. In an application or in a database, whatever tables you have created, whatever database you have created, you can see everything in this object browser. Today you may be working for Flipkart, tomorrow you may be working for some finance, tomorrow you may working for health. For every day application, there will be a different database, and that database, within that database, what are the tables that has been created, I can go and see here. This is called object browser. Okay, so mainly we will be using object browser, SQL Visual Editor, query result. Okay, so history is just I would say it will just tell us whether the query was successful or not, whether the query was executed, is there any error, those things and all it will get. And help command is something which I will avoid it. Okay, now let's do one thing. Okay, let's open my MySQL Workbench. Let's open my MySQL Workbench. First, I will close it, whichever I had opened. Okay, I don't have the open one. Now I'll open this. MySQL Workbench. Okay, the moment you open the MySQL Workbench, this is how it will show you. welcome to MySQL Workbench. Okay, and you have to just go and connect it. The one which you had given the password, very important. While installation, you are given root as a username since it's a developer, and I have to give a password which I had given while installation. I'll give this. I'll give this. This is what is open. Okay. Object browser. Object browser. This is Visual Code Editor. This is history. Okay. There it is a option is there. How you want you can select. So this is a help command. There's a help command. Right. So this is what you saw in the presentation. This is object viewer, code editor. Okay. Help command. Help command. Suppose if I want to know the syntax, I can just go and create this. It will tell the syntax. What do you mean by select? Select is able to retrieve rows, something and all it will tell. So not required. Okay. Because I am going to teach you every single syntax. So maybe I will avoid this. Okay. I can close this. I can close this. Okay. So we will concentrate on we'll concentrate on 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll close this because it is giving me space. I don't need something called history. Sorry, I don't need something called help command. Now this is object browser. There is already some Amazon projects is going on. So Amazon project. This is a code editor where you'll write the code, and this is a history space. Okay, where you can go and see whatever you have run, whether it is correct or not. Okay, so this is about the editor. Now we are going to write our first code. We are going to write our first code. Okay, for that, let's explain what is a database, what is a table. Okay, so let me go and explain. Let me go and explain. Okay, tomorrow, let us assume you're working for one project. Maybe you're working for one company. Amazon. Okay. Now I'll ask you some questions. Let's see who will answer. If you open an Amazon, if you open an Amazon, you can see some products, you can see some customer information, you can see everything. Now you tell me, what are the data that will be stored in Amazon?
Customer details.
Login credentials.
Login or customer details. Then
Address,
Order
addresses,
details.
address. Then
payment details,
payment details. Okay.
Order
Then
details.
order details.
previous orders,
Then
wish list, wish list, yes, or in order any product that has been added to the cart.
My order.
no one is telling the answer which I am expecting.
Product details.
Product, sir. Product.
What do you mean by product details? Product
It is in
details in the
different
sense,
categories, sir.
what do you mean by product details? Which product details you are talking about?
Product listed in Amazon, which are able
Okay,
to sell.
product listed in Amazon.
Sales report.
Sales details.
What details?
Sales.
Sales information. Okay. Then
Profit, category, location.
Vendor
Vendor,
product.
vendor details.
Product ratings and
I'm
comments.
sorry.
Product rating and comments.
Okay. Okay. Let's stick on to this. Let's stick on to this. Okay. Okay. Location, everything you have given. Okay. Good. Now what I will do? What I will do? This one, whether with respect to a customer, like customer details, address, payment, everything, and coming to the company side, for every products they have to maintain an MRP, they have to maintain the product description, they have to maintain the reviews, they have to maintain the rating, everything it is also saved. And in between there is something called transaction, like I would say sales, which customer has purchased which product, right? So those type of things also I have to save it as a Amazon user. Not a user, I would say Amazon owner. Like those people who are running the Amazon company, they have to maintain all this information, right? So coming to this, now tell me everything, can I store it in one table?
No,
What will happen?
uh, there'll be miscommunication.
Miscommunication. Okay.
Not one fit, not because relevant information should be on one table.
Relevant information should be on one table. Okay. Anyone else? Can I store everything into same table? This is my question.
If everything is in one table, it is difficult to write a code to extract the data from that.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
Repeat the question, sir. Once again.
See, what I'm asking is, your login information is there, customer information is there, address, payment, everything is there. Whatever you ordered, that also information is there. Company's product information is there. Company's rating, comments, everything is there. Can I store all this? Can I store all this in one single table? Is my question. This is a table. Can I store all this information in one table?
Yeah,
Yes,
For
yes, you
one
can store.
for one person data.
For entire Amazon people.
No, it will take a huge space.
Okay. Okay. Let's do one thing. Let me open and try to insert Excel data. Okay. So that you are also aware. Okay. The first thing I'll take only the important columns. First, I will take customer details. Okay. Customer name, then customer phone number. Okay. Customer phone number. Then I will consider what they have purchased. Address is there. Address is there. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So there is a customer name, there is a customer phone number, there is a address, okay, and let us say order information, okay. Now let me see what is the problem in this. Let us say Kiran is a customer name, Kiran is a customer. This customer phone number is this one, okay, and let us say he is from Bangalore. He's from Bangalore, okay, and also the order, maybe this is a product. Let us say he purchased iPhone. He purchased the iPhone, and let us say the order ID was some number, some number. Okay. Now this is a table. This is a table. So what I will do, I will color this and I'll put it in one table format. Okay. Now the same person has purchased one more product. If the same purchase as one purchased one more product, what will happen? Can you tell me what will be the value for here? Maybe order ID will be different. This order ID will be different. Okay. But when I'm coming to location, when I'm coming to phone number, when I'm coming to name, everything is going to be same. Everyone agrees?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
One customer, 3 orders, total record. Total record. Okay, so this is customers, this is order. Okay, total record is 3. Now let me tell you one thing. Customer 2 is there. He has purchased 7 records, 7 orders. Obviously the total will be 7. Okay, so how many orders he has purchased, that many details is coming, but this data is duplicate. Forget about this. This is unique. For one order, he has purchased iPhone. For one, he has purchased Samsung. For one, he has purchased headphone. This is all accepted. This is all accepted. But here, this is something which is having duplicate. Okay. Let me tell you one thing. In Amazon, we have 10 million customers. Order, they would have purchased 50 million order. And in the total records, let us say there are 50 million records. Is this accepted? Is it accepted? This one is a order information, this is a customer information. Why can't I put this into one table? Why can't I put it into this table? Why you're loading everything into one single table? Why we are loading everything into one single table? Right? This is a problem. This is a problem. Why it is a problem? Why it is a problem? Because everything you're dumping into a same table. Same table. Okay. One more example I'll give you. One more example I'll give. Okay. Let us say you have something called bookshelf. Bookshelf is there. Okay. In your home, you have something called bookshelf. Okay. You have different novels. You see a library, right? Library also novels, then comic something, and I would say some uh, romantic, and I would say something like some ghost stories. Okay, so all this is there, right? You have different racks. You have different racks. You have different racks, okay, in your shelf. Thing is wrong with this. Okay, so let us assume there are different racks. Now you have to replace here. You have to replace here. This novels will go here. This book will go here. Okay, this will go here. This will go here. If you put like this, easily you can search. Easily you can search everything. You can search everything whenever you want. Someone is asking about a novel, go and search in the rack 1. Go and search in the rack 1. Rather than searching here, rather than searching in the entire shelf, go and search in the rack number 1. Right? So if you want anything which with respect to some thriller movie or thriller novel, go and search in the rack 4. Basically what I'm doing here is I'm actually making everything organized. If not this, what you would have done is you would have been like this. This is one book, this is one book, this is one book, this is one book, this is one book. Everywhere you would have shuffled it. You would have shuffled it. Okay, this shuffling may create a problem for you. This shuffling may create a problem for you. If someone is asking this book, you have to search here, search here, search here, search here. Finally, here it is. The book I was searching was here. But I have to search every book in order to get to know. When I search a novel, maybe I can directly go and search only here. Maybe there are only 3 books. In that I can search which book I want. But here it's going to search every single book. It's like here you can search only in this because you have already arranged it. You have already arranged it. That way we are going to create for every information on Amazon, we will store everything into separate table to make sure some data growth problem. Everything if you put into one table while searching, you may find it difficult. Okay, so like this you have to make sure you put everything into organized way. You imagine just a bookshelf. What if everything you put into one shelf to search one book, everything you'll like put outside and search for one book. But if you properly organized in a shelf manner, whichever you want, you can just go and access it there. That way I would say organizing a table is very, very important. Organizing a table is very, very important. Now in a database where database is a information that will be storing the data, for example, let us say this is a database. Okay, in this database I will maintain one table called table 1. I will maintain one more table called table 2. I will maintain table 3. I'll maintain table 4. I'll maintain table 5. I'll maintain table 6. So this is a database. These are all tables. Suppose I want to search any customer information. Don't search in the entire database. Search only in this table. Search only in this table. Okay, like this you can go and search. Now today we have seen the difference between a database and a table, because database is the combination of different tables, and tables specific user information will be present. One table will have a customer information, one table will have a order information, one will have a sales information. I am segregating everything into one by one. Okay, so this is about database and tables. Okay, since we have seen about the editor, since we have seen about the table and the database is storing the data, which is a collection of different tables. And in table, one will have the customer information, one will have the order information, one will have the sales information. Everything I'm putting into separate table. Okay, so this is about this. Okay, now you have any questions? Any questions?